Good morning, everyone. We shall pray not only because it is just right to start any event with prayer, but because we know God answers prayer. He is a Father in heaven who cares for you and for your families and who is ready to provide for your needs. Let us pray. Almighty God, creator of the heavens and the earth, sustainer of life, you are the one, according to your word, who gives power to get wealth. Because strength comes from you, creativity comes from you, resources comes from you. Father, we thank you for this effort intended to help our community arise from the effects of this pandemic. So bless this effort, O God. Empower our speaker to inspire the participants with apt words. And open the mind and heart of every participant to recognize new opportunities and identify just the right thing to do. Open doors of opportunities, Lord. Release possible resources. In fact, you can even bring in more investors to our community. So be with us as we have this conference, this Zoom podium this morning. Let every word that needed to be said, and every important word that needed to be heard and received, be received. And also stir our hearts. Inspire each one of us, oh God, with that creativity that comes from you to do something to arise from what we have fallen into because of this pandemic. So we thank you that our hope is in you, and you will never disappoint anyone who hopes in you. This is our prayer in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
Thank you, Ma'am Zena. Thank you, President Zenaida, for the opening prayer. So, we're sorry for the technical issues lang po sa mga guests namin. Since we're here in the Philippines, it is really medyo problema po talaga ang technical natin. But right now, di ba? Let's continue, right? So, after the opening prayer, let's have our welcome remarks from Chairman, Rojas City Council of Women Organization Incorporated, and President of Handmaids of the Lord, Mrs. Rita Villarreal.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. What a pleasant day to welcome all of you to this symposium, Bangon Juana, brought to you by the Rojas City Council of Women Incorporated, composed of women organizations coming from the different sectors in the community, such as religious, education, social, cultural, and civic group, local government units, and the entrepreneurship and livelihood women group. They are the Handmaids of the Lord, Radiance, Copies Lioness Club, GCI Rojas Makawiwili, SIPA, Halipi, Vausi, Barangay Health Workers, Girl Scouts of the Philippines, the PNP Women's Desk, Gawad Kalinga, and the Copies Women's League. The RCCWI strives toward holistic development of women through exploring their potentials and empowering these women in order to do their share for the upliftment not only of themselves, but that of the community. So in behalf of the pioneering woman, Rosemary Ortiz Honrado, and the past president, Zenaida Calusay, and all the presidents, the heads, and the members of this women organization, I welcome all of you to this great activity today. And of course, I'd like to acknowledge and appreciate our schools division school superintendent of DepEd Capiz, Dr. Salvador Otsavo, because he very early in the morning he called me up and then checked on me regarding about this activity. So thank you so much, sir. No? Mas excited man katulad ko si Sir Otsabo. Thank you so much, sir, for the support. And to our dear Governor Nonoy Contreras, thank you so much, Nonoy, for giving us this your time. And we know that your schedules and tasks are overlapping at this time, but still you insisted if you could go on live with us to be with this beautiful, inspiring, dynamic, empowered women of the province of Capiz. Your women, the women of yours. And of course, we thank so much for you requested us to be part of the provincial government's multi-sectoral group. Thank you so much, Go. And of course, to the distinguished guest speaker that we have now, Sir William Anisco Bantigue, from the bottom of my heart, sir. Thank you for giving in to our responding positively and to the invitation that you could be our guest speaker, distinguished guest speaker to this morning. And from the bottom of my heart, I'm so grateful for all the things, the kindness that you have done to DepEd, to the students, to the teachers, more specifically to Capiz National High School. Sir, I will always remember you, and I always call you Saint William. Okay ba? Welcome, sir, and thank you. And to all of you who are joining us this morning, thank you so much for your time and effort. I pray that you will benefit from this activity. And mind you, aside from listening to one of the great speakers in our country, Sir William Bantigui, we still have added features in this activity this morning. Things related to mental health issues and for about the livelihood projects that we have. You will see later and some more surprises in this activity. So I pray, again, I pray to God that you will benefit from this activity. And with that, God bless you all. Thank you for the sponsors. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all again. Good morning, and thank you once again.
Thank you, Ma'am Rita, for acknowledging everyone here, and thank you for grabe yung pag-welcome niyo po sa mga tao dito, especially sa mga guests natin, sponsors natin, and sa mga speakers natin. Thank you po, Ma'am Rita. So let's have our message from Salvador O. Ochavo Jr., CESO Department of Education.
My warm greetings to everyone participating in the Convergence today. So I am elated as the Schools Division Superintendent of Capiz because the women are empowered today. In spite of the pandemic and in spite of the challenges of the times, you still find time to call for the attention of all the women in Capiz and be of service, not only personal, but also service to the community. So this is what we like in education because we would like everyone to be empowered. All stakeholders and members of the academy, members of our family I mean in education, that they should be empowered through information. So we have challenges in education. And yet, the recourse would always be women. So if our history, if we could reread our history, women are always empowered in the Philippines. No empowerment yet in European countries, yet in the Philippines, traditionally, we empowered women. So with this, I am thankful for everyone, and we hope and I believe that this would be a successful endeavor, and this will be a continued practice of women in Capiz. And I am assuring everyone, if you will be able to tap Capiz Division, always we will give you the opportunity to talk with the women and also to have communication with all of the women members of the Department of Education. So thank you for this opportunity, encouraging all of you to continue with this endeavor. Thank you and good morning to everyone.
We will have the Capiz Assistant Division Superintendent Jose Niro Nilasca.
Good day, everyone. At the outset, on behalf of our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Salvador O. Sabo Jr., and the Schools Division of Capiz, we would like to greet everyone, especially the Rojas City Council of Women Organizations Incorporated, and congratulating everyone for having this symposium on entrepreneurship in pandemic times, Bangon Juana. It is very inspiring to observe and to note that our women are really empowered in different sectors of our society in Capiz, and more so because this women empowerment gives also their support. The women in Capiz give their support to education in implementing the basic education services in Capiz in these times of pandemic. In addition, and the most important thing for this gathering today is the presence of one of our strongest benefactors, one of our strongest stakeholders who have been supporting education since many years ago and until now. So we'd like to thank Mr. William Anisco Bantigue, who is your guest speaker for this morning, for partnering, for offering his talent, most especially his treasure to the Department of Education. And rest assured that the department is really thankful for those efforts, for those help that you extend to us, and most particularly to our school children. So, as you gather today, we'd like to say welcome to everyone on behalf of the Department of Education. Madamo gid nga salamat sa inyo tanan. This gathering today will for sure make another dent in the history of the Department of Education in Capiz, because with this symposium, this will redound to better services to our dear learners in Capiz. Madamo gid nga salamat sa inyo tanan, kabay nga magpadayon na ang pagnubo sa mga kaso sang COVID-19 sa aton nga lugar sa Pilipinas ag sa bilog nga kalibutan, so that we can see each other face to face once again, and we hope to see you in our schools. Sigurado gid kami na kung magbalik na ang face to face naton ng mga classes, we will see you offering once again your help to the different schools in Capiz. Mangin malipayon gid sina ang aton nga mga learners, mangin malipayon gid ang aton nga mga parents, because nakikita gid nila the role models, the good role models that they have, and ang epekto sila man kung magdako sila, mangin mabinuligon sila na klase ng mga miyembro sang aton sosyedad. Again, thank you very much to all of you, and good day once again.
Thank you, Sir Jose Niro Nilasca. So in behalf of Sir Ochavo, grabe, binigay niya talaga yung magandang message para sa ating lahat. So thank you po, Sir Jose Niro Nilasca, and also Sir Salvador O. Ochavo. So right now, to introduce our guest speaker this morning, so we will have our President of CIFPA, Ma'am Janice D. Zaldariaga.
Good morning. Our guest speaker is a proud Capisnon, born with very humble beginnings on the 28th day of December 1951. He finished his secondary education at Capiz National High School and got his degree of BS Chemical Engineering as a university scholar at FEAPI University in Metro Manila. His career started as a sales management trainee at Procter & Gamble Philippines from 1973 until he became the staff sales operations manager in 1981. After almost a decade, he worked as the general manager of Norway Eaton Australia, which is also a part of P&G. In 1996, his company Business People opened in Rojas City, and became the official distributor of Nestle products in the province of Aklan, Antique, Capiz, Guimaras, and Iloilo. He was able to franchise big companies such as the generics pharmacy, Balamban food industry, to name a few. He is also very much involved in the education and health development in our city through the College of St. John and the Health Centrum Hospital. He donated the WAB Innovation and Kaizen building to his alma mater, Capiz National High School, worth 10 million pesos. He also helps students as his scholars from elementary to college in different schools in our province with monthly allowances. How good is that? And he doesn't stop there. In 2013, he joined the real estate world through his company New Beginnings, developing subdivisions, housing, and condominiums. And the list goes on and on and on. Wow. So my dear Purple ladies, gentlemen, and to everyone joining us online, it is my great privilege, joy, and honor to introduce to you the one and the only William Anisco Bantige.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Napakaganda ng introduction natin. Well, first of all, I wanna thank you for the opportunity to talk to you today. It's really a pleasure because first I'm gonna talk to overwhelmingly a crowd of women, and then secondly, of course, this is my own hometown province, Capiz and Roa City. Okay. I have, as mentioned, I was born December 28, 1951, and I have two kids. I have a son and a daughter. They're now 40 and 39. When I was a young parent, and when my children were preschool, I remember I used to, as a habit, read books to them every night before they go to bed. And my daughter Ginger, she was 6 years old. One night I was reading to her a story about the caterpillar. And I was explaining to Ginger that the caterpillar became a butterfly. Okay. So Ginger could not understand why, at the time, in her very young age, could not understand why the butterfly was the caterpillar. A few years later, when she went to Assumption, Antipolo, one day she was coming home and she was running to me and said, "Daddy," sabi niya, "Papa, now I understand why the caterpillar is the butterfly." Okay. So siguro na finally naituro sa kanila yung concept ng cocoon at saka ng transformation, no, ng caterpillar to a butterfly. I'm starting my talk this day because, as we all know, we're faced with a lot of challenges today. And I wouldn't be surprised if many of us probably feel so low in our lives. Okay? And so I would like to say and remind everyone that just as the caterpillar thought life was ending, the butterfly life begins. Okay, let me say that again. Let me remind everyone, just as the caterpillar thought life was ending, the butterfly begins life. Okay, that's what we should be thinking. Okay. The second thought I'd like to put forward, I was, as mentioned during the introduction, I was born from a very humble beginning. And my mother was just a dressmaker. And so it was a challenge how to get out of poverty. And of course, I can tell you more about that later, how I did it and what happened to me. But I just want to remind everyone that in life, discontent is a necessity for progress to happen. When a person is fully satisfied and fulfilled in life, it's very difficult to progress. And so if you only have the ability to look at the adversities that you go through in life, you will always have a constant wellspring of inspiration and aspirations in life. Okay, so discontent is the first necessity for progress to happen. May I have Net? Are you? Can we share the slides now? Are you ready? Okay, I have particularly, although you're talking about entrepreneurship and you're talking about creating wealth and financial empowerment, I decided that I will entitle my talk as self-leadership and self-actualization with insights, because at the end of the day, individually, we need to be able to lead ourselves out of everything, out of wherever you are right now and where you want to be. Okay, I have always defined leadership as the capacity of someone, of a person, to transform a dream into a reality. Leadership is the capacity to transform a dream into a reality. And you all have to begin from within, from yourself, before we can lead others. You know, we cannot have dominion over other people unless we achieve self-dominion or dominion over ourselves. Okay, so that is the title of my talk. And I have two basic objectives today. The first objective I have is that I'd like to be able to share some of my life stories, but again, insights, learnings, and wisdom about life. And I hope maybe through my stories and my insights and wisdom, I'd be able to give inspirations and hope and ideas and help some of you become the best version of yourself as we all prepare for the post-COVID. Okay, so that's my basic objective. Okay, next slide, please. I'd like you to pay particular attention to the meaning of this slide. It says, to break through in your life, you've got to break through your psychology. Because it is the moment that you change your perception that you can rewrite your future. Today will never, ever happen again. Yesterday will never come back. And so today, I hope that in my talk and through my talk, each one of you and some of you and all of you can pick up something that will give you a breakthrough in your psychology, in the way you look at life, in the way you look at things. Because I really believe that the only way you can change and rewrite your future is to change your perception. I am reminded of the story about Barack Obama. Barack Obama, as you know, for the rest as mankind exists, Barack Obama will always be in the history of the United States of America as being the first Black president of the United States. To me, it's a good example of a person who break through his psychology, because, you know, before Barack Obama ran as president and won, everybody thought in the US and all over the world that no Black person can ever become the president of the United States. It was impossible for Barack to become the president and get elected twice if Barack Obama's own psychology in life told him that he cannot be president of the United States, like what everybody thought. Okay? So we need a breakthrough in our psychology today if we want to be ready for life in the future and beyond COVID. Okay? Let me share with you some of the milestones in my life. Next slide, please. Okay. I'd like to share with you some of the milestones. I was born almost 70 years ago. And I'd like to highlight when I was 7 years old. Alam mo, yung bahay namin sa Borgo Street, napakaliit lang eh. No? Napakaliit. Ang kapitbahay po namin ay pinakamalaking bahay yata sa buong Capiz. Ang kapitbahay po namin sina Arches. Kami po, naliit na bagay. Sila lang, as far as I can remember, Arches owned the only 3-story house in the whole of Rojas City. It was a Sunday morning when I was 7 years old. I was scrubbing the floor of our sala. I was looking out into the window. It was drizzling a little bit. And you know what? I saw the garage of the Archie's house open. And I saw all of them inside their car that went out and drive out of the garage. And I remember asking myself when I was 7 years old, and I said, bakit sila may kotse? Kami kahit bisikleta wala. As far as I can remember, this is the first dream that I ever had in my life. I told myself, I said, someday I will have my own car. Okay. And that stuck to me in my entire life. The dream I had when I was 7 years old. I have no doubt in my mind that each one of us in this audience, in each one of us in this Zoom meeting, each one of us has a profound dream that we had when we were young. Okay. This dream never left me until today. I wanted to have a car of my own because at that time we didn't even have a bicycle. Of course, today I can buy a car every week if I want. If you go to my garage, I have 9 cars. I have 2 Mercedes-Benz. Okay, I have a BMW. I have 2 Mini Coopers in my garage. Of course, I have stopped buying cars because I thought I have more than enough. But you know what? The dream I had when I was 7 never left me. Okay, next slide, please. And then when I was 16, I finally went to Manila, take up chemical engineering. And I don't know, 16 in 1968, yung baon ko po, piso lang araw-araw, piso. Of course, at that time, a bottle of Coke was only 10 centavos. Yung pamasahe po sa Manila, 10 centimos lang yung one way. But this is another milestone in my life, 16 years old. Papasok po ako sa university, alis po ako ng bahay ng alas 12, darating po ako doon mga 12:30, and then I would come back. My last subject in school in engineering ends at 8:30 in the evening. I was first semester, I was going home. As usual, gis na lang po naiwan sa bulsa ko, 10 centimos. Para po hindi mawala yung 10 centimos sa bulsa ko. Nasa bulsa ko, nahawak ko pa. And I remember in a very profound way that evening, I remember when I was 16 years old, one night going home from the university, from the school to going home with 10 centavos in my pocket. I remember telling myself mentally that I will never, ever, ever, ever become ever poor in my life again. I wonder if some of you had the same experience. One day telling yourself, promising yourself that this is what you don't want to become ever again. That profound moment in my life changed everything because I decided I will become the best ever I can be. And because of that, I finished engineering. I was a university scholar. I graduated on top of my class. I was president of the Fiati University Chemical Engineering Society. I became president of the national organization of all universities offering chemical engineering as a course. And I also became president of the University Student Council at age 21, simply because at 16, I had a dream and I had a goal. I will never, ever become poor again in my life. And I wanted to excel. Okay? Briefly, when I was 21 years old, I spent 2 months of my life in jail in Camp Crame because when martial law was declared, I was picked up by Metrocom from the house because I was president of the student council in the university. And I was a member of the Kabataang Makabayan at that time. At age 21, I finally finished, graduated college, top of my class. The only company that I applied for is Procter & Gamble. And 21, I started working for Procter & Gamble as a management trainee. I still remember the reason why this was very important to me was because I remember I passed all the exam in P&G, 4 exams, and I was being interviewed one day. I was called for my first interview. And I remember there was a guy interviewing me inside the room, the two of us. His name was Mr. Injonko at the time. This was in 1973, October of 73. And I remember telling Mr. Injonko because I said, sir, before you start interviewing me, can I tell you 2 things about myself? You know what? Before he could say anything, I said, Mr. Injonko, I want to tell you I am an ex-political detainee, and if you don't hire ex-political detainee in Procter & Gamble, I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want my time to be wasted. Before Mr. Injonko could answer, then I said, but sir, I want to tell you, looking straight into his eyes, I said, sir, I want to tell you I'm really good. If you don't hire me today, instead of working for Procter & Gamble, I will end up working for Unilever or Colgate, which are both competitors of Procter & Gamble. And I said, instead of working for you, I'll end up working for you. Working against you, I said. I don't know. Maybe I was the first and the only Procter & Gamble employee hired without the benefit of an interview, because right there and there, Mr. Injonko hired me without starting and finishing the interview. And I said, you're hired. But that's not the end of the story when I was 21. 4 years later, Mr. Injonko, I was his boss. Why was I like that? Because at 7 years old and at 16, something marked in my brain. Failure was never an option to me after 16 years old. And I told myself I will never, ever become ever poor again in my life. Okay. I'm sharing this with you because becoming rich and wealthy and becoming and keeping being poor is all about mindset at the beginning. It's all about how we think. At age 32, another milestone in my life, I became the first Filipino ever Procter & Gamble Filipino general manager in the entire history of Procter & Gamble in the entire world. I was the first Filipino general manager at age 32. And I'm so proud because I'm from Capiz, and Capiz from Capiz National High School, a public school. Nagulat po yung marami, no? Graduate ka ng public school. You write history by becoming the first Filipino general manager in the entire world, okay, at age 32. And then, of course, remembering my dream at age 16 that I never want to become ever poor again in my life. I was 39 years old. Next slide, please. The next milestone in my life is I was 39 years old. You know, I was driving a Mercedes-Benz given by Procter as a GM. My salary was 2 million. In 1990, this was big. 2 million in 1990 was big. But you know what? I told myself, I will never ever become wealthy working for a company, no matter how big my salary is. And the only way for me to become wealthy is to set up my own business and make money so that I can invest. That was the effect of age 7 and 16 working in my brain at age 39. And so I started my first business at age 39. I became a management consultant, started a management consulting company. I was doing work. I was a consultant to San Miguel Corporation. I was consultant to Sun Life of Canada. I was Sun Life to Colgate Palmolive. I was consultant to Zwillig Pharma, Nestle Philippines, Kodak Philippines. I remember as a consultant, I was giving a lecture and I got paid 100,000 a day. That was a lot of money. But 100,000 a day is not going to make you rich. Okay, because that's just what? Roughly 3 million a month or less. Okay, that's not going to make you rich. Okay, so I went on to build my other businesses. Okay, and I ended up maybe with about 20 to 25 companies. Okay, so among other things, I'm a major stockholder of Health Centrum. I own maybe about 30 generic pharmacies. I own maybe about 5 real estate development companies. I probably own about 4 distribution or 5 distribution companies. Okay? Marami po ako negosyo. Siguro kaya ako na-imbita na gusto niyo pag-uusapan natin negosyo. Pero ang gusto kong emphasize po, business is a consequence of how you think. Keep that in mind. Business is a consequence of how you think. Being poor is a consequence of how you think, and becoming rich is also a consequence of how you think. Okay, next slide, please. The next milestone in my life is at age 60. This is when I organized the William A. Bantigui Foundation that send scholarship and student scholars to school. Okay, to date, maybe I have 300, 400 scholars that I've sent to schools in Capiz. And among other things, as mentioned earlier, I decided to donate a building in Capiz National High School. Okay, I will be teaching also there. When COVID is over and I can already do face-to-face teaching, I will volunteer my life there and spend maybe about 4 days of my life in Capiz teaching how people to become more innovative and creative. And then, of course, at age 63, okay, because some of you are young and you might think that 63 is too late, you know, you can always say that life begins at 63, okay, and everything else. At 63, I started going into real estate development. So we're building several condominium units in Iloilo, in Mandurriao. We have that. By the time I finish my project in Iloilo, in a 5.1 hectare in Mandurriao, we will probably have between 12 to 14 condominium buildings there. And I hope I can do that in the next 10 years. Okay. Today, I'm 69 years old. And my milestone today is I'm your speaker. Hindi po ako nagyayabang, medyo mayabang lang po ang dating ko, pero po, my intention is to inspire you by sharing with you the life milestone that I have. Okay. Next slide, please. So, one of the very important thoughts I'd like to share with you today is that I'd like you to keep this in mind. Everything in life begins with a thought. Everything in life begins with a thought. Because if you don't think of something, it will never happen. It only begins because it does not end there. Okay? Things do not end with a thought. They only begin, but there's no ending unless you have a beginning. Okay? Next slide, please. And so I'd like to emphasize, okay, Barack Obama's becoming president of the United States started as a thought when he ran for senator in Chicago. He ran as senator for Chicago. He won. After one term as a senator, the thought that he said, the possibility that I can become the first Black president of the United States was there. If that thought never came to his mind, he would never have run as president and he would never have been elected and re-elected for the second term. Everything begins with a thought, and what we think determines who you are, and who you are will determine what you do. Your thoughts will determine your destiny, and your destiny will determine your legacy. So I'd like to underscore the importance of how people think and what kind of thoughts do we have in our brain. Very, very important. Okay. Why do I say that? Next slide, please. I say that because the greatest determinant of your success tomorrow is your thinking today. The greatest determinant of your success tomorrow is your thinking today. And if your thinking is limited, so is your potential. And so maybe I'd like us all to be aware that the COVID might have affected all how we think. Some of you might have been very positive before the COVID, and maybe you have lost that sense of positiveness. Be careful about how you think, and be careful about how you allow the COVID pandemic of the last 2 years will affect the way you think as you go out of this. Okay? In the last 3 months, we have started and registered 2 new companies. Long before the COVID is over. Okay? We're going into new businesses. Okay? Because it all depends. You can either become a victim of COVID, or you can become a victor out of COVID. It all depends on how you think. Next slide, please. So, again, let me emphasize, very, very important wisdom and experience in my life. Your life today is a result of your thinking yesterday. Okay? And your life tomorrow will be determined by what you think today. Let me say that again. Your life today is a result of your thinking yesterday. So what are you today? Do you feel depressed? Do you feel like you have lost everything? You feel like you have been defeated? You feel like you want to give up? Oh my gosh. My gosh. Okay? You can't. Because then if you keep on thinking that way today, that is the thinking that will determine your tomorrow. So I am hoping that in my talk today, some, if not all of you, will pick up something that can change your perspective. We can say that today is the first day of the rest of our life. There's nothing we can do about yesterday. There's nothing about there was nothing how we ended yesterday. There's nothing we can do about that. There's nothing you can do about how we ended yesterday. But you know what? We have the power to rethink, relearn, and unlearn today so that tomorrow will be a better tomorrow. Your great tomorrow begins today by changing the way you think. And I would like you, as you listen to my talk, I want you to reflect about yourself. Okay? Don't become a victim of the past. Don't. Okay? And so I always say that people who reach the top are people who think differently from others. I have always been a deviant. I have been a deviant. If you follow the crowd, then you're part of statistics. If you go against the crowd, then you're a leader. You can create something different than you. People who reach the top are the people who think different from others. The who's who of the world are people who think differently. And that's my example. Barack Obama was thinking differently. Okay, of course you can think differently in a bad way, or you can think differently in a good way. But I have always been a person since that night of 1968, that I was holding the 10 centavos in my pocket and told myself that I will never, ever, ever become poor ever again in my life. I decided I will think differently. And today, I still think differently. And that is why I want to teach in Capiz National High School. I will get back to you, all of you who are listening to me. I will give you an invitation someday when we start the school. I will give lectures and talks about innovation and creative thinking in business. Because that is the purpose of the school, the William A. Bantigi School of Innovation and Kaizen. We have the power to change. We can change anything we want. Okay? So, if I am to be growing constantly, if we are to be growing constantly out of the COVID, we need to be outside of our comfort zone. And this is funny because most of us have got used to staying at home in the last 2 years. Most of us got used to Zoom. We're not used to making face-to-face engagement anymore. Most of us have developed and acquired new habits because of COVID. And I'm warning everybody, I'm alerting everybody, that is now your comfort zone. Okay? You gotta get out of that comfort zone because, next slide, please. You have to tell yourself that we must be willing to be uncomfortable because nothing great things never come out of your comfort zone. Let me say that again. Great things never come out from your comfort zone. And I remember the day when I left Procter & Gamble that people thought I was crazy because I was managing Australia and the Philippines, 2 countries. I was going to the US twice, 3 times a year, going to Australia every month, going to Europe twice a year for conferences. When I left the company at age 39, everybody thought I was crazy. But I went out of my comfort zone because I had a dream that I wanted to make it come true. I had to become uncomfortable. And you know what? The day I left Procter & Gamble, I returned my Mercedes to Procter & Gamble because it was a company car. And you know what? The day after that, I was driving a second-hand car. And you know what? When I started my first business, I paid myself $25,000 a month instead of $2 million. I paid myself $25,000 a month salary in 1991 instead of $2 million because I had to be uncomfortable knowing that nothing great will come out if I stayed in my comfort zone. No matter how old you are, ladies and gentlemen of this crowd, you're never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. You're never too old, believe me. Ma'am Rita, when you retire, I mean, even if you retire, the day you retire is the beginning of a new life. And that day is going to be the first day of your great tomorrow. And so let me emphasize another important thought to you today. If you want something you never had, let me say that again. If you want something you never had, you have to be willing to do something you have never done before. That's getting out of your comfort zone. Let me say that again. If you want something you never had today, then you must be willing to do something you have never done before, because nothing great comes out of your comfort zone. So you have to be very deliberate to make yourself uncomfortable. Next slide, please. Okay, some of you might be asking some of the things about business. There are always 3 things that I consider going into new business. As I said, in the last 3 months, we just opened 2 new companies, 2 new businesses. Okay, the first business that we open is that we're gonna open a pet shop and a pet hotel that will expand nationally. A pet shop and a pet hotel. Okay, so the first question I always ask, and I ask you, I want you to ask this. You want to go into business, whether it's small at the beginning, the first question you ask is, can you make it profitable? Because you don't want to lose your capital. What is profit? Profit is the difference between your sales and your cost to do business. A business that is not profitable will close. Okay? A business that is not profitable cannot expand. A business that is not profitable cannot pay even its employees. So, very important is, can you make it profitable? Now, I will not go into a business that is profitable because I need to satisfy the second question I had. Is it sustainable? Half of the business, or maybe more, close in the first 6 months when they open. Half or more. Because it is not sustainable. Baka fad lang siya. Di ba? So, is the business profitable? Is it sustainable? And the most important, which is the third, which is the one that will give you a lot of money. The third is the one that will give you a lot of money. It's not only profitable, it's not only sustainable, but is it scalable? Scalable. I started my distribution business in a small area in Metro Manila. Then we went into total Metro Manila. Then we went into Cavite on top of Metro Manila. And then we went into the whole of Panay. And then we went into the whole of Negros. And then we went into Boracay. At some point, my distribution business was selling a total of 5 billion a year. 5 billion a year with a profit of maybe about 150 million a year. Is it profitable? Is it sustainable? Is it scalable? Very, very important. Now, the other important thing I want to tell you about business is that at the beginning of your business, remember this, at the beginning of your business, you must always reinvest everything. Reinvest. Huwag ka munang, pag kumita ng konti ang negosyo mo, huwag ka munang gumastos. Huwag mo nang tanggalin yung pera sa negosyo. Tatanggalin mo lang siya pag sobrang dami na yung pera na sobra. Kasi the money you earn must be reinvested to expand the business, to improve the business. So in business, okay, in business, reinvest. I remember I had a lola, yung mother ng lola ko, yung mother ng mother ko, lola ko, taga Kulasi. Naalala ko pa nag-uusap kami sa gabi, nagainom sila tuba. Gamay pa ko. Permi niya ko ginahambalan siya, Noy, waay sang ginagapos sa kaimulan. Waay sang tawo nga ginagapos sa kaimulan. Kung ihimol ka subong, you can decide not to become poor forever. Yes, there's nothing you can do where you start. Because you have no choice over how you start. You have no choice over your parents. You have no choice whether you were born poor. But you know what? You have every reason to have a choice how you end your life. But it begins with a thought. Next slide, please. Okay. So a belief is not just an idea that you possess. All of us have beliefs in lives. We all have belief. Okay? Ang belief nga nakuha ko sa lola ko sa niya, ang hambal niya sa akin, waay sang tao nga ginagapos sa kaimulan. Wow, what a fantastic belief that she gave me. Because that belief gave me the perspective that everything and anything in this life is possible, even if you started your life poor. So a belief is not just an idea that you possess. It is also an idea that possesses you. Now, we have many beliefs in life. Some of them are good, and some of them may be bad. I wonder what some of the beliefs that may be bad to you. Okay, next slide, please. Thinking is the hardest work there is, which is probably the reason why so few people engage in it. So I'm challenging all of you, if you're listening to me today, I'm challenging all of you that you put to good use the God-given brain given to you. Meron akong joke dyan eh. Minsan may nakausap ako, sabi niya sa akin, William, alam mo, kaya maraming Pilipino ang ayaw gamitin ng utak. Sabi ko, bakit? Kasi sabi niya, alam mo, darating ang panahon sa future na hindi lang ikaw bibili sa Hong Kong ng mga bagay, marami kang mabibili, sabi niya, sa department store, sa mga drugstore. Darating ang araw, sabi niya, na pati brain, pwede kang bumili ng bagong brain. If you don't like your brain, you can buy a new brain for a brain transplant. So sabi ko, what is that? Sabi niya, kaya damo Pilipino ay kapanumdum because they don't want to overuse their brain because they want to keep it slightly used so that the resale value will be high. I urge all of us to think. Think. Actually, the best way to sharpen your brain is to keep on thinking. Challenge yourself with some thoughts. Talk to people who think differently. Okay? Reach out to new friends, new people. Okay? Because that's the best way that you can sharpen your thought by listening to people with different ideas. And so, let me put forward some thought with you today again. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, listen to this carefully. If dreams are the balloons that lift you, limiting beliefs are the chains that bind you and hold you back. We have, unfortunately, all of us without exception, have limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs. I still remember my favorite story that for millions of years, man was influenced by a limiting belief. You know what was the limiting belief that man had for millions of years? Man believed that the world is flat. Wow. Man believed that the world is flat. How did that belief affect man? Well, it affected man's civilization. Because man was afraid, because man believed that the world is flat, man kept on being afraid of going out into the ocean. Because you know what? He thought that because of his belief that the world is flat, if he goes out into the ocean, he will fall. He will fall. And so because man was afraid to venture out into the ocean, man did not progress fast. He never realized that beyond the oceans, there are other civilizations. And you wouldn't believe it. Out of the millions of years, it was only in 1521 when the group of Magellan was able to prove that the world is flat by circumnavigating the earth. That belief affected man for millions of years. My question to you right now, ladies and gentlemen, is that what are your other beliefs without you knowing it that holds you back? What are some of the beliefs that you have acquired during the COVID about business, about relationship, about life? Now, the big challenge with all of us, with our limiting belief, is that many of us may not be aware of them and they continue to affect you. Naalala ko, kaya mahiyain ang mga Pilipino kasi nung maliit pa tayo, sasabihin sa iyo ng mga matanda, oy, wag kang umentra dito sa kwentuhan. Marami ka pang kakainin na bigas. Okay, sabihin sa iyo, oy, wag ka masyadong intra dito kasi papunta ka pa lang, pauwi na kami. Those are some of the thoughts that until now in our subconscious part of our brain are affecting you and holding you back. I'm so happy to know that Barack Obama and other people did not have that. So if dreams are the balloons that lift you, limiting beliefs are the chains that bind you and hold you back. The big challenge with your limiting belief is that you may not be aware of them. So I want you to examine yourself. What are some of the habits and the limiting beliefs that you have acquired during the COVID that may be affecting your business perspective, your wealth perspective? Okay? Because I tend to believe that COVID made a lot of people and everyone become conservative. COVID made people become more reserved. And that belief will also affect you in business and other things in life. Next slide, please. I hope I'm making sense to some of you and all of you. Limiting beliefs are maybe opinions of others that you have acquired, you have heard, or opinions you have taken into as yours, or feelings on something that you hold to be true that is having a negative impact on your life. If you keep on thinking that money is the source of all evil, you will never become rich. If you keep on thinking that money is the source of all evil, you will never have money. I'm sorry, because your limiting belief about money will never make you rich. If you keep on believing that if I go into business, it has to be a family business, you will not grow very fast. Because I would rather own 50% of the business that will become 100 million than own a business 100% that is just 3 million. If you still believe that business should be confined to a family or to you, then you will grow very, very slow, because nothing great in this world can be accomplished without the help of other people. You cannot possibly know everything. You cannot possibly know and do everything. And so therefore you need the help of other people. So I wonder what kind of limiting beliefs you have in relationship with people. I wonder what kind of limiting beliefs you have that prevents you from trusting people. Because if you cannot trust people, then you can never become rich to the extent that you can. Maybe you have become rich because of inheritance. Maybe you've earned some money, but not wealthy. I'm telling you, believe me, examine yourself. What are some of the beliefs you have right now that you thought it's true, which is unfortunately at the conscious level of your brain? Put it out to the consciousness and find out whether there are some of the things that have been limiting you all this time. Because I say limiting beliefs are maybe opinions or feelings on something that you hold to be true, but having a negative impact on your life. There are three types of limiting beliefs. First, you have limiting beliefs about yourself. Maybe you tell yourself, you know what, I'm really no good. Oh my God. Can you imagine if you start thinking you're no good? Then that's the end. When you say I can't do that, then that means you will never start it. Okay? When you say I did not finish business, I have no experience. Well, you know what? You'll never have an experience in business because you don't go into it. Okay? You might believe that I'm never ready. So when will you be ready? So there are so many, maybe hundreds, if not thousands of limiting beliefs about yourself that's holding you back today. You also have limiting beliefs about other people. Okay? Ginambalan ako ni nanay, sang gamay pa kita. Kinanglan, hindi ka gidya pati sa ibang nga tao. Okay? Ginanglan, hindi ka gid magtiwala sa ibang nga tao. Oh, no wonder. The basis of all relationship is trust. If you're incapable of trusting people, so you're incapable of having a relationship with people. And nothing great can be accomplished without the help of other people. You also have limiting beliefs about the world. Basi balagin hambal mo tami. Gintawo ako sa kalibutan, hindi ako sang gwapa. Malaway lang ako. Gani ang bilog nga kalibutan kontra sa akon. Wow! What a limiting belief you have. Hindi ko ka negosyo kay why ko katapos college. Wow! The big ones in this world, the multi-billionaires did not finish college. O hambal mo, hindi makukumpisa negosyo kay why man ko kapital. Wow! The most important thing in business is not capital, it's you. Dali lang pangitao ng kapital. Okay? So let me say this. If some of you who are listening to me have business ideas that you want to present to me because you need capital, let me know. Because I will trust you. But I will listen to your ideas first. But if you have a business idea that you want to pursue, and you said, ang problema ko, sir, may ko kapital, talk to me. Because I'm also a venture capitalist. Okay? Next slide, please. So bottom line, stop being a prisoner of your past. Become the new architect of your future. Today will never come back. Yesterday will never come back ever again. So today is your chance to rethink about your future. Make today the beginning of your great tomorrow. How do you do that? Become the architect of your future and stop being a prisoner of the past. Remember, discontent is the necessity of progress. Just as the caterpillar thought life was ending, the butterfly begins life. In business, reinvest everything in the beginning. In psychology, things are not what they are what we think they are. And as I said earlier, no one in this forum is never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Let me just spend a few minutes sharing with you the difference between the mindset of a wealthy person and the mindset of a poor person. Okay? There's a difference. The wealthy person mindset is that his first goal is to gain a surplus of resources and then use that resources to accelerate gaining more. The poor mindset, a surplus of resources is an opportunity to spend and consume. Do tayo nga sobra sang kwarta gastuson niya. The first goal on a wealthy mindset is to gain surplus of resources to accelerate gaining more. I still remember the day I was talking to someone, and in the process of talking to her, I picked up an idea, and for the first time in my life, I invested in stocks. You know, at that time, I had an extra 5 million in the bank, so I withdrew the 5 million in the bank and bought stocks worth 5 million pesos. Okay, I used my 5 million to hopefully accelerate gaining more. You wouldn't believe it. In 8 months' time, I sold my stocks at 30 million from 5 million. Now, I could have kept that 5 million in the bank, or I could have spent that 5 million buying a new car. The mindset of a wealthy person is that he works hard to gain surplus savings, but does not keep that saving in the bank, but use it to accelerate gaining more. Ang mindset siya sang poor, may korta siya nga gamay, okay? May dutay nga saving gastos na. Okay, second. Next slide, please. The wealthy mindset spend time, resources, and energy on work that pay off long after the effort had been invested. Ang poor mindset siya, he exhausts time, resources, and energy to work on short-term returns. So the poor mindset works on a paycheck to paycheck. The wealthy mindset work to pay off long after the effort had been invested. I remember 5 years ago, I bought a property at Mega World in Iloilo. You know, I have one property in front of Marriott, one block, which is 1,800 square meters. I remember 5 years ago, I bought that at 36,000 pesos per square meter. It's so big, 36,000 per square meter. 5 years later, it's worth 120,000 per square meter. The wealthy mindset goes for the long-term investment. The poor mindset works on a short-term return. I have so many examples of these. Okay, next slide, please. The wealthy mindset, he has the willingness to invest resources even with no reward right away. Dugaya, sige lang. The immediate thought for our poor mindset is, what's in it for me? Okay, so I remember I bought a property in Mandurriao, 5.1 hectares, 51,000 square meters, at 2,500 pesos per square meter. 2,500 per square meter, 51,000 square meter. I have no question in my mind that 5 years from today, as I finish building the condominium there, that property will be worth up to 20,000 pesos per square meter. I don't go for a reward right away. You think long term. Ang poor mindset siya, iya ginapanudungan, tinanod ang sakon. Immediate ang gusto niya. Okay? That's the difference. Okay? I have to tell you, I don't know, I'm wealthy, I know. I'm probably worth a few billion by now. But I want to let you know, kung ano man ang akon nga net worth, maybe only 20% of that net worth I earned through my business, earning through profit. You know what? 80% of my net worth comes from the valuation that I gained through the investment and assets that I bought. Kung ibutang mo lang sa bangko, you earn 2% a year. Okay? But if you put it into other assets, you might earn 25,000% a year. Okay? But you know what? The poor mindset would rather save. Now, last slide, please. Okay? The poor mindset would rather focus on saving and help the bank earn more out of your money. While the wealthy mindset focus on acquiring assets and investments that will produce more value in the future. I remember we bought a property in BGC about 5-6 years ago. You know, at that time it was so expensive. You know, we bought it. We paid 57,000 per square meter for a 460 square meter lot beside Forbes Park. We paid 57,000 pesos per square meter. When we sold it at 250,000 per square meter. So the wealthy mindset focuses on acquiring assets and investment that will produce more value in the future. The poor mindset, however, keeps on saving money in the bank. I'm not saying that saving money is wrong. No, I'm saying if you have enough, invest them. I would rather buy a lot on installment than keep my money in the bank, because the lot can increase in value and double it maybe in 6 years. Next slide, please. So I'm gonna be ending my talk very soon. I'd like to emphasize, it is only when you make the right changes to your thinking that other things will begin to turn out right. It's only when you make the right changes to your thinking do other things begin to turn out right. Begin. Today is the first day of your life. Today will never come back. Today is a good chance for you to rethink and let go of maybe some of the limiting thoughts you have and change your perception. It is the moment when you change your perception that you rewrite your future. Next slide, please. Next slide. So you change your thoughts and you can change your world. Before I close, I'd like to share with you a few other thoughts before we end this. And so I want you to remember the following. Listen to me carefully. Remember that one tree can trust. Remember that one single tree can start a forest. Remember that one smile can start friendship. Remember that one hand can lift up a soul. Remember that one star can guide a ship at sea. Remember that one word can frame your goal. Remember that one candle can wipe out darkness. Remember that one laugh can conquer gloom. Remember that one step will start a journey. Remember that one hope can raise our spirit. Remember that one voice can speak wisdom. Remember that one heart can know the truth. Remember that one touch can show you care and kindness. Remember that one person can make a real difference. And remember that one new perspective can change your world. But remember that everything begins with a thought. Madamo gid nga salamat sa pag-imbita nyo sa akon. I hope you learned. Maybe you pick up one or two things. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be with you today. I'm so proud of all of you. And as I said, let me reiterate, if any one of you has a business idea that you want to share with me, I will listen to it. And maybe we can start something. Maybe I can become your business partner. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sir Willie Bantige. I've learned so many things from you, like about mindset, di ba? Like you having your businesses. If you want to become successful, it's really about mindset. If you think of something that you want to be, you will really attract those things, and it will really happen to you. So in this Zoom Posium, grabe, napakarami kong natutunan as a student. Maraming salamat po, Sir Willie Bantige. And yung feeling na you really have to expand your psychological wallet for you to become
Yes.
successful. Yung feeling na if you think that you're poor, you will really become poor. And if you think
Oh, yes.
become wealthy, if you really think you have to become wealthy to become successful, you will really become successful. So it's really about mindset talaga. Thank you, Sir Willie, for imparting your knowledge about finances, about leadership, about how to handle yourself, about entrepreneurship. So we learned so many different things from you, amazing things from you. So please, everyone, lalo na sa mga guests natin, paulan na natin ang comment section. Thank you, Sir William Bantige. Pasalamat sa kanya sa maraming learnings na nabigay niya sa atin. So right now, grabe. So I know that you're curious, di ba? So marami kayong mga questions in your mind that gusto nyong itanong kay Sir William. So right now is your chance, di ba? It is your chance na itanong kung ano man yung nasa isip ninyo. Di ba? So we will have our Q&A guide. So first, we have important projects to bring to your attention that will serve to inspire us all. So I know that you're all inspired, diba? Because of Sir William Bantige, because of his leadership experiences about entrepreneurship, about being successful. And during the following announcement, please type your questions. Patype po ako ng questions niyo sa comment section to Sir William Bantige in the chat box of Zoom or the messages in the Facebook page, and we will organize or read your questions to our guest speaker. So right now, I will be giving you like 10 to 15 seconds to type your questions. Like I will cater 3 to 5 questions. And kung suswertehin ka na makita yung una mong question, eto na, i-question mo na kung anong magpapasuccessful sa'yo. Diba? So kindly comment down below your question to Sir William Bantige kung ano man yung multi-million dollar question mo. 'Di ba? Kasi 'di ba, yung yung guest speaker natin, sabi niya kanina billion yung halos net worth niya. So kindly chat your multi-billion, 'di ba? Multi-billion question. 'Di ba? Para maging mas ma-inspire pa tayo. 'Di ba? So, yan, hintayin ko kung ano man yung mga questions niyo sa chat box natin. Yan, hintayin ko kung ano yung mga questions niyo. So, umpisahan ko muna, Sir William, yung first question. So, while I'm questioning Sir William, everyone, lalo na sa mga students dyan, kung sino man dyan yung nandyan sa nakikinig dito, kindly comment down below your questions. Okay, this is your chance na i-question po kung ano yung may question ninyo kay Sir William. So yan, meron na tayong isang question, Sir William. So let me read, Sir William, the question, and ibigay ko na po sa inyo ang microphone po. Microphone talaga. So yon. So Sir William, the first question is, how did you manage your business to be successful until now? Yan. So it's all about consistency, Sir William. So how did you manage for your business to become successful until now?
Well, first of all, you cannot succeed in business without trusting people. No way. No man is an island. Okay, so it's very critically important that you've got to be able to have good relationship with people. You hire people and treat them well. Okay, train and develop them. Every Tuesday in my company, we have a training that I do for an hour and a half for all employees via Zoom. While there is COVID, we were training our people to prepare them for the post-COVID. We did not sleep during COVID. We decided to say, okay, what should be the right paradigm for us to be ready when COVID is over? Okay, so you gotta believe in people. Secondly, you can only relate to people if you also have the right principles in life. Okay, if you are greedy, people will not trust you. Okay, and people who are greedy, people who are people who cannot share with other people. Okay, so you got to be trustworthy as well to people. You have to be trustworthy as a leader. You have to be capable of trusting other people as well. Otherwise, what's the point of people being trustworthy and you're not capable of trusting them? Okay, you need to continuously develop them. You need to challenge things. You need to continuously innovate, because what is good today may not be good tomorrow, and what is wrong yesterday may be better today. So you have to keep an open mind on innovations all the time.
Yon, so thank you, Sir William. So that's for the first question. Grabe, tama naman talaga yung sinabi ni Sir William. 'Di ba? Tama naman talaga yon. So yan, eto, let's go to our second question. So yan, eto po, Sir William, yung second question natin. So which failure made you stronger and be the best, Sir William? Right now. Grabe, Sir William. So yun po yung second question natin.
Which failure made me stronger? Okay. You know, I've always been asked about that, and I have always had difficulty answering that question. What failure? I don't want to call it a failure that made me strengthen. What made me strengthen was my life when I was young, when I went through difficulties in life. Okay, but I was able to turn my difficulties into becoming a source of my inspiration forever. Okay? Lahat po ng problema, palagi pong may baliktad. Para siyang coin, a problem is an opportunity. Okay? A failure can become a basis of your success. And so, my difficulty in life from maybe the time I was born until I finished college was really, I think, the basis. If you want to call that failure, I don't want to call it failure because I had no choice. It was not my choice. It wasn't my choice to become to be born poor. Okay, we were not exactly very poor because my mother had a business. She was a dressmaker. May 5 siyang katulong na nananahi. Nagpupunta rin siya ng Divisoria para mamili ng mga gamit. Pero ang dami ko natutuhan sa kanya. So I don't want to call that a failure. Maybe I can probably say what strengthened me was the experience I had in life. That was a little bit of poverty. And so today, even if I'm rich, you know what? When I was growing my children, the two of them, when they were young, you know what? I always tell them stories about poverty. I always make them experience about poverty because poverty is a good experience. The other side of that is that you'll end up making your children spoiled and they become spoiled brat. So yeah, whatever difficulty you have, maybe not a failure, but difficulty, turn it into an opportunity and learn something from that. You know, I have to tell you one more thing. I learned more. We tend to learn more from whatever mistakes we made than the successes we had. So the most important thing there is that we must have the capacity. We must have the capacity and the time to reflect. Every day of my life, I spend some time reflecting on my life for the day, because if there are some failures and mistakes I did, I learned something from that. Because that's when you turn your experience into learning, insights, and wisdom. And you know what? I notice most people don't reflect every day. So they never learn from the experience. Reflection is a powerful business tool. It's a powerful business tool. You cannot have good strategic planning unless you have the capacity to learn from the past.
Okay na po, Sir William.
Yes.
So, Thank you, Sir William, for answering that. Grabe talaga, Sir William. Alam niyo po kung anong na-realize ko doon is, dapat talaga we really have to become more, kasi di ba, we label situations if it's good or bad. Wala
Yes.
naman kasing bad or good situations, di ba?
Yes.
It's just how we label it as persons. It's how we label it based on our experiences. So napakaganda lang, Sir William, because you label your failures as an opportunity. Di ba?
Yes.
Opportunity to learn. Di ba? So sana lahat ng tao ganun din. We label failures or we label negative situations as an opportunity for us to learn something from it. Hindi lang siya failure per se, but failure as an opportunity to learn. Diba?
Yes.
Para may
Yes.
apply natin sa ating buhay. So yan, thank you po, Sir William. So the last question na lang po ito, Sir William, before we proceed to our next slide po. So, Sir William, this is I just want to ask po if what's your message to us students who would like to go into field of entrepreneurship. So what would be your best what would be your best tips for us to think about to become financial literate and to be to go to entrepreneurship po. Yan.
If you want to become a successful entrepreneur in the future, begin it today. Okay, I remember both of my children who graduated both cum laude from UP. They're also both in business. And I remember when John and Ginger were in the elementary grade. You know, Ginger went to Assumption and John went to Ateneo. Pinautang ko sila ng tigi 100 piso. At in-encourage ko silang magtayo ng maliit na sari-sari store sa ilalim ng aming stairs. Elementary, John and Ginger started entrepreneurship by letting them borrow from me 100 pesos and I brought them to the supermarket. Tinuruan ko sila kung paano magbenta at ang kanilang mga kliyente ay kami, yung mga maids, yung driver araw-araw. Tinuruan ko sila kung paano magkwenta at tumubo. I taught them a little bit about pricing. I taught them about cost of goods. I taught them about profitability. I taught them how to close the day every day. And so what I'm saying is that if you are a student today, go into small business. Start selling something in school or in your neighborhood. Because the best thing that you can have is experience in entrepreneurship. And start it now. Okay? And you can start with 200 pesos or 300 pesos. If you don't have that, let me know. I'll give you 500 pesos to start your business.
Thank you, Sir William. Thank you so much. So grabe, 'di ba? The powerful phrase for that is start now. Ngayon mo na simulan, 'di ba? Walang mangyayari kung hindi mo sisimulan ngayon, 'di ba?
Exactly.
So it's really the main diyan is now or never. 'Di ba?
Yes.
Parang ganun yung sinasabi ni Sir William. Is it now or never? Simulan mo na ngayon. 'Di ba?
Yes.
So thank you, Sir William, for imparting us your knowledge about leadership, entrepreneurship, and how to become successful. So sana po talaga, Sir William, ang lahat ng tao dito sa Zoom na to, especially yung mga estudyante na katulad ko, na maging successful just like you. 'Di ba, Sir William? So paulanan po natin yung mga guests natin dyan. Paulanan natin ang ating comment section or ating chat box na thank you, Sir William. 'Di ba? And let us affirm ourselves. Let us tap yourself. Itap niyo po yung self niyo. Itap niyo po yung self niyo at i-affirm niyo po sa self niyo na I will become successful. 'Di ba? I will become successful because how you think today that you will become successful, you will really become successful because it's really about mindset. So I will become successful. Tap yourself, everyone. Lalo na yung mga estudyante ngayon na nakikinig kay Sir William. Tap yourself, I will become successful. So thank you po, Sir William. Let's have a virtual clap po kay Sir William. Thank you po. So yan, let's proceed on our next part in this Zoom potion. So grabe, punong-puno ng learnings. 'Di ba? Punong-puno tayo ng learning. So right now, eto naman, mabubuhay yung puso natin in this slide naman because ipapresent siya ng isang part din ng member din ng JCI sa organization namin. But in behalf of her, in behalf of Nanggay Guy, it will be presented by Sen Thursday. Sen Thursday is one of the JCI Ross Makawiwili senator. So Sen Thursday, ikaw na po.
Thank you, Freya. And thank you, Sir Willie. We're so proud of you also. You're like this big man traveling ahead of us, forging new ways, new paths. And you don't forget to look back and lead your fellow Kapisnons to go the same successful path. So we're very, very, very grateful for that. Na you continue to love us, palangga mong gyapon kami, and you never forget to look back. It's very inspiring, your life story. And, I look at us sometimes nga in this pandemic, in this trials we've had in the past 2 years, that we seem to be boxing ourselves in place.
Yes.
Because of all the negative thoughts, the fears, the concerns. And yet, we want to introduce certain individuals in our community. Abi naton, we are already so downtrodden. But then there are actually people more challenged than us.
Yes.
And they have more difficulties than us. And if they do not lose hope, we cannot lose hope. So please allow us to show you our video regarding Pwede.
Ako gali si Joseph Martinez, dito ko nag-star sa Barangay Tisa, Roa City. Bali na aksidente ako June 21, 2006 sa may San Juan Baybay. Bali nasangit na sa tracking akong natil. Putol ginin sigida.
After the incident, sir, ano ang mga umpisa gid nga na-realisar nimo sa natabo na tunga ara ka na sa hospital dihigda? Anong una gid nga na-realisar mo sa to?
Kung halimbawa na sa iban man nga kung ara man nga mga katong sa buwa, mahalong lang.
Mahalong.
Kaya ang aksidente ara gid sa tanan nga oras.
So, samtang nakamat-amat ka, sir, sam nag-recover ka na, o nag-amat-amat na okay ang imo, nag-agi ka ihan rehab, or...
Ay, wala ma'am.
So, pagkagawa nimo sa ospital,
Sa balay lang po.
diretso ka na sa inyong mga balay. Okay, so after sa tuhay, siyempre hindi ka nakadrive, no? Si ano ang mga naging coping mo sa to? Anong mga narealisar mo? Anong magiging...
Masakit mo naman pero kinanglan mo gid batonon.
Oo.
Mas masakit kung wala ka kang pananawan, kagdamot. Kaya mo lang mas may paraan pa nga makatrabaho ka.
Correct. Okay. Okay, so after sa tunga incident, sir, anong mga nagbago sa pag-uwi mo? Anong naging pananaw mo sa komputan?
Nag-ano lang po naman na sa akong pag-uwi sa pag hindi ka lang mag-isip sa kinanglan ang pag-uwi mo. Direkto lang hindi mo isipon ng sarili mo nga wala na kagid.
Oo.
Isang mahimo sa kabuhi mo. Ang isip ko, may mata pa ko, may kamot pa ko, kaya ko lang ang nadula. May mga mata braso nila.
Bali sa subong, sir, sino ang nag-mahangag o dependent sa imo or ano mo trabaho? Subong?
Nagaluto ako, kusinero ako.
Kusinero, ikaw. Message mo na lang sa mga parehas man sa imo nga mga sitwasyon or kung sa lain man nga sitwasyon pero mga alam mo mga sa mga PWDs man.
Hindi lang nila man pagpanumdumon basta ang kabuhi lang nila ang importante nga dire-diretso lang. Hindi lang sila mag-worry sa nila nga kasi nga mahambal sila nga wala na gid sila kulos sa nila kabuhi. May ara pa may kabalo pang Ginoo kung ano mahimo nila. Thank you gid sa palaboton nga magatagbulig sa akon sa Rotary kag sa GCI nga dako gid nga bulig na sa akon kung umabot gid bulig nga para sa akon. Madamo gid nga salamat sa ila nga grupo sa ila gid nga tanan. Hindi ko gid na pag kalimtan habang ara ako nga nagatindog nga umabot ang bulig para sa akon. Bakit kumakabali po?
Yes po. Ilang taon po sila? At saan po sila nakatira? Okay. Sir, with regards to your condition, sa condition po natin, bali ano po, sa kaliwang paa po ba yan or sa kanang paa?
Sa kanang paa po.
Sa kanang paa. At ano po ang nangyari doon, sir?
Na-infection po siya, tapos hindi ko nagagal kaya pinutol po ng doktor.
2017, saan po sir? Dito po ba sa Happis or nasa Manila pa po kayo?
Dito na po sa Kapis ng Emmanuel.
Sa Emmanuel Hospital na po nangyari. Okay. Tumutulong ka lang din sa pamilya. Paano po ba yung, ano po ba yung sitwasyon natin, status nung bago po nangyaring yung 2017 po?
Ano po ma'am, minsan extra contraction, massage, minsan nag-haircut po.
So, sir, ulitin ko lang po ha. So, nagko-construction kayo, nagmamassage, at nagugupit.
Opo.
Okay naman. So, marami din pala po kayo, Sir Rocket, sir, bago po nangyari yon.
Opo. Kaya po lumala rin po yung panahon ngayon. Kahit na sakit ako, pinipilit ko pong trabaho.
Okay, mas okay, sir. Okay po. Medyo nag-okay na po yung paa po ninyo, sir. Bali, ano po yung naging trabaho natin? Paano po tayo nakakatulong sa pamilya? O ano ba yung naging sitwasyon mo pagkatapos po nun?
Hindi. Wala po akong trabaho ngayon ma'am.
So, bali nasa bahay lang po kayo ngayon, sir. I mean, paano po tayo nakakatulong dyan? Anong ginagawa natin dyan sa sapian?
Minsan po, ano lang sa patulong lang po sa pangloob na bahay lang po. Minsan,
Panoob. Opo.
patulong lang sa
Okay.
Ano po yung mga kailangan natin ngayon para somehow makatulong tayo sa ating hanapbuhay?
Gusto ko po sana, may puhunan lang po sana na, para po.
Tindahan, ganun po ba?
Opo.
Sige. Yun. Sige po, subukan naming ipaabot to sa aming mga partner sa project na to na nangangailangan kayo ng tulong para pangpuhunan para sa iyong hanap buhay habang tayo nag-aantay ng ating artificial na prosthetics. No?
Opo ma'am.
Sige po.
Nagpapasalamat po ko sa tutulong po sa akin, yung mga tumutulong po. Sa Rosalie, ano po yung ma'am club?
Sa Rotary Club at sa JCI Rojas Makawiwili.
Makawili-wili.
Okay po. So, sa ngayon po, God bless sa inyong sa inyo diyan, yung family. So, sa ngayon, mag-pray tayo na mag-grant natin yung mga hiling natin po. Maraming salamat sa iyong time, ngayon. Maraming salamat.
Please welcome with us here is Miss Kathleen Arce, who is the chairperson of WALK of the Rotary Club of Rojas.
To the inspiring women of the Rojas City Council of Women Organization Incorporated, students and teachers of various female organizations, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am Kathleen Arce, past president and project chair for WALK Incorporated of the Rotary Club of Rojas. So I am here to talk about our project WALK. So what is WALK? WALK stands for Wishes of Aid and Needs for Kids. So WALK is one of the signature projects of the Rotary International. This project addresses one of the 7 areas of focus of Rotary International, promoting disease prevention and treatment to provide clinical treatment and rehabilitation for physical disabilities, and it's already a decade and 2 of selfless and committed service to people with disability. Wishes of AIDS and Limbs for Kids is a project of Rotary Club that aims to provide mobility for amputees, whether it's inborn, through accident, or illness, and by providing them prosthesis limbs, either it's arm or legs, that will enable them to propel their self-confidence and self-esteem to help them cope up with life and work. So kung may mga kilala ka mo dira nga nautod ang ila-tiil by accident or by inborn, you can contact Miss Thursday Ortiz or you can directly contact me. No, we have just several requirements na inyo lang i-furnish pagkada sigid subong sang aton nga pag-process. And this year, hindi lucky to have pandemic, no? But lucky for those nga ang mga recipients ng aton nga WALK na this year sila mag-submit, hindi na sila kinahanglan magadto sa Manila. So ang aton partner in Manila, the Rotary Club of Forbes Park, gapadala sila di sang ila doctor sa Iloilo na lang para amo ang magsukat sa ilang mga prosthetics. So kung may ara kamo kakilala, kinahanglan namon a formal request addressed to the Rotary Club of Rojas. Ang work form, you can get it from my office, located at RC Marketing. This is my office, or you can get it from Mr. Thursday. And then PWD ID, most especially, ang most importantly, dapat may barangay indigency certificate gid. So gina-cater gid naton ang aton nga mga kapwa kapisenyo sa bilog nga Rojas City, sa bilog nga Capiz, ang mga indigent gid ang amon nga gina-cater. Okay? So kung may kilala kamo dira, ari kami diri together with Thursday, the JCI, mabuligid kami sa inyo. Thank you. Do you have any more questions?
Thank you, Ma'am Arce. So if you have questions, everyone, just type it in our Zoom chat because Ma'am Arce is giving you time if you have questions po. So thank you, Ma'am Arce, for lending us your help, lalo na po sa mga tao na need po talagang help nyo when it comes to prosthetics po. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Maraming salamat po sa mga sponsors namin na nagpatulong po sa mga tao with PWDs, mga PWDs po. So even if they are mga persons with disabilities, they were able to be productive because of your help. So maraming salamat po sa inyo. So every PWD, Pwede Juan will receive 10,000 worth of sari-sari store groceries, or Pwede Juana will receive 10,000 worth of equipment and supplies for her food spa home service. So eto po yung mga pwede pangkabuhayan package sponsors natin. So let's give them a virtual clap po sa ating ngayon. So Sir William Bantige, thank you po, Sir William. Dr. Roel P. Fadaran, Administrative Officer of Capiz National High School. Maraming salamat po sa iyo. At sa ating Governor of Capiz, Honorable Esteban Nonoy Contreras. So let's paulanan po natin ang comment section natin ng maraming salamat po sa inyo. Because in behalf of these people po, they were able to share their blessings to these people na need po yung help din nila. Di ba? Para ma-overcome din yung mga challenges nila. And at the same time po, overcoming challenges and be productive at the same time. So presenting to you, the pamatian ko ikaw. Di ba? So about this, about the health card, it will be presented to us by the Radiance spokesperson, President, Ma'am Zenaida Calusay. Ma'am Zen?
Okay, good morning. You just be ready with the video. Are you okay? But before the video is to be presented, good morning, everyone. Again, thank you, Sir Bantigi, for that beautiful presentation. And that is a beautiful way to look at the importance of the individual, because an individual may have nothing at the beginning, but as long as he is alive and having a very positive attitude, he can arise from that. That is why we have this help card, because there are some people who unfortunately are being hindered from really taking off and succeeding in life because they had been bound by some mental, emotional pressure, and they needed help. And so we start this help card. It is not something that could give total solution, but something that probably can be the beginning, that a person who has been paralyzed by his situation can really start taking off again. Now, we designed this help card with the help of some of our people that we have helped also to come out of depression, come out of suicidal tendencies. And this is a project that we are just starting, but we would love to look forward someday that more will be involved in this, because the more people there are that are willing to be of help to other people, the better. So this is the details of the help card.
So right now, before anything else, before we proceed to our ng certificates, di ba, awarding of certificates, I just want to remind everyone na mag-standby po muna tayo kasi meron po tayong pa-raffle. Di ba? May pa-raffle tayo para happy naman ang lahat, di ba? So yan, may pa-raffle po tayo. So just standby po. Yan, so after po ng awarding of certificates natin, magpapa-raffle po ang ating committee. So yan, so for the awarding of certificates, may I call on Ma'am Stephanie Anoche, President of Capiz Lioness Lions Club Incorporated.
Okay. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor as President of the Capiz Lioness Lions Club to present these awards to all of our speakers and sponsors. This certificate of appreciation is awarded to Mr. William A. Bantique for his invaluable contribution as guest speaker during the Bangon Juana Zoom Symposium this November 27, 2021. Signed by Maria Rita Villarreal, the chairman of Roa City Council of Women Organizations Incorporation. The certificate of appreciation is awarded to Mr. Salvador O. Achava Jr. for his inspirational message during the Bangon Juana Zoom Symposium this November 27, 2021, signed by Maria Rita Villarreal, the chairwoman of Roa City Council of Women Organizations Incorporation. The certificate of appreciation is awarded to Ms. Jessica O. Yu for her sponsorship of the Bangon Juana Zoom Symposium this November 27, 2021, signed by Maria Rita Villarreal, the chairwoman of Roa City Council of Women Organizations Incorporation. This certificate of appreciation is awarded to Ms. Nerissa Lapasaran for her sponsorship of the Bangon Juana Zoom Symposium this November 27, 2021, signed by Maria Rita Villarreal, chairwoman of Roa City Council of Women Organizations Incorporation. This certificate of appreciation is awarded to Mr. William A. Bantige for his sponsorship of the Pangkabuhayan package of the PW Pwede project during the Bangon Juana Zoom Symposium this November 27, 2021, signed by Maria Rita Villarreal, chairwoman of Roa City Council of Women Organizations Incorporation. This certificate of appreciation is awarded to Honorable Nonoy Evan Contreras for his sponsorship of the Pangkabuhayan package of the Pwede project during the Bangon Juana Zoom Symposium this November 27, 2021, signed by Maria Rita Villarreal, chairwoman of Roa City Council of Women Organizations Incorporation. This certificate of appreciation is awarded to Dr. Ruel B. Faderan for his sponsorship of the Pangkabuhayan package of the Pwede project during the Bangon Juana Zoom Symposium this November 27, 2021, signed by Maria Rita Villarreal, chairwoman of Roa City Council of Women Organizations Incorporation.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the awarding of certificates. So yan, so after that, right now, we will proceed to our next activity na. So we will proceed on to our raffle of prizes. So before anything else, let me call on one of the JCR Rojas Makawiwili members, our head of the technical team right now in this symposium, Miss Eliza Capa.
Good morning, everyone. So I hope you're still all okay. Are you still there? So we have arrived at the most exciting part of this Zoom Symposium. I guess everyone has been waiting for this part of the program. So today we are going to have our raffle draw, and lucky winners will be winning prizes given by our sponsors. All right, so are you ready? Are the students still there? Okay, so I really tried my best to check if tanan nga ngalan ari diri no kay basi mariklam kron mi so ay akon ngalan so aton nga wheel. Okay, so far we have about 100 participants, 100 raffle entries. Okay, so let me share our giant wheel.
There. Thank you, Miss True.
Okay. Ayan na ang wheel. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, give me a thumbs up if you are ready. So, again. Our prizes for today, we have 4 gift items, 210 winners for 200 pesos. 10 winners of 200 pesos. Okay, so pili lang kamo no kung gift items ang aton nga maswertihan or 200 pesos. Cash ini or GCash? Okay, all right. So I will draw the first name.
So we will award the 4 gift items first, followed by the 10 cash prizes. Am I right, Miss Lai?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
So gift items first. Ready?
Swerte naman na makakakuha ng gift items.
Who's the first winner?
First winner?
No token na lang ni kay
Ma'am Kathleen Arce.
Okay, thank you, Miss Kathleen. Our next winner.
Okay.
Congratulations, Ma'am Kathleen.
All right. I-remove na natin si Ma'am Kath. Okay, next winner. All right. Congratulations, Mickey. Is this Mickey? Did I say correctly?
Mickey Lito Fernando.
So we would like to advise the winners that what names are appearing here has to be the names that you will use to communicate with us. So you can private message us in the Purple Women Facebook or that of JCI Rojas Makawiwili. You are also in our registered forms now for the Zoom Posium, so we can contact you there also. So don't worry. Either you initiate it or we initiate it, your prize is gonna get to you.
You can screenshot. 1, 2, 3.
Screenshot. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Next gift item goes to ito background music. Who is Bea? Bea.
Yes, you're the
No
winner.
family name.
Kaling wala family name.
Kindly
This is in Zoom.
screenshot.
So this is Bea in Zoom.
Bea.
Perhaps Miss Bea can show her face so we can identify the name since there's no family name.
Bea Lara daw po.
Okay.
Bea Lara.
Bea Lara. All right. Noted,
Bea Lara. Okay. Bea Lara.
Last one. Last
All
one
right.
for our gift
Last
item.
one gift item for our gift item. Congratulations, D. Jean Martino.
Congratulations.
Are you here?
D. Jane?
Ari si D-Jane.
D-Jane,
D-Jane or
congratulations.
D-Jane? Ara siya, kung ay kuno, forfeited. Dapat
Yes,
present.
ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Ara si DJ. Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay, so we have, how many, do we have one more gift item or finish na?
Finish na po. Finish na, Miss Lou.
So now we are going to draw lucky winners of
And
200 pesos. Yes, Sen?
to be sent to their GCash. So
Yes,
the lucky 10 are, let's go.
To be sent
Lucky
to your
10.
GCash. May GCash ka mo? Do you have your GCash?
Magpa-Gcash na kayo, guys.
Requirement ba ang GCash? All right. So once your name has been chosen by our spinning giant wheel, no, you have to be here. Okay, you have to be present in the Zoom meeting. All right, for you to be able to be eligible for the prize. Okay, so first, 200 pesos GCash winner is...
Grabe. Nag-learn na dito sa Symposium Plus. May pa-free gifts pa. Grabe talaga. Diba? Amazing. First winner. Yan. First winner.
Wow! Congratulations, Marian Jimenez. Marian, are you here, Marian? Marian?
Maria.
So you can unmute yourself as you see your name there on the screen. And just say, give a shout out, and then we'll proceed to the next winner.
Marian? Is Marian here? 1, 2, 3.
Here, ma'am.
Okay. May countdown na lang din para masabat na yun ha. 10 seconds. 10
Nagdalagan.
seconds.
Okay, go. Accept.
Okay, next. Next.
Last 9 winners. Last 9. Sana talaga mabunot yung names natin. But isama pa talaga. Pambiling milk.
Yeah. The second winner is Filipinas and Cabo.
Amazing yung name niya.
Filipinas.
I love the name.
Mabuhay.
Please give us a shout out.
10, 9,
Ito talaga yung
8,
this will show patriotism talaga
7, 6,
5,
4,
3, 2.
Okay. Ayan na, nag-ano siya. Nag-raise hand ka, nag-thumbs up.
Next.
Yan. Okay, she's here. All right. Congratulations, Filipinas. Bongga imo name, Filipinas. Okay, the third winner.
So we're on to our fourth cash winner.
Third pa, press. Third.
Third pa lang, Sen.
All right, third. Let's go.
Exciting, Ija.
Okay. Congratulations, Miss Nieva de la Torre.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Are
Is
you
Neve
here?
with us? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, that gives chance to the other.
Okay, we will give another chance to those who are here. Sayang. Okay, next one. So this is the third winner. Princess de Leomos, congratulations. Princess, are you here? Ara, si Princess. Nauya ka mo sa inyo, Golden Boys. Ikaw mag-shout out. Okay. She's here, Press. Raise hand.
Okay, go.
Okay, next
Princess is our
one.
fourth.
Third, Press. Third. Because Niva was not here. So, fourth winner.
Fourth winner.
Fourth winner is...
We had Origin, Marian, and Filipinas for the cash.
Sir William.
Sir William.
Sir William.
I'm sure he will donate that as well.
Si Sir William.
Oh,
He's not
he got
here,
out.
ha?
He got out. He has important
Oh.
commitments.
Winner was si Sir William.
Oh,
Okay.
so forfeited.
Yes, forfeit na. Okay, give chance. Next. Hannah Joyce Rabino. Hannah Joyce Rabino.
And one.
Raise hand sila, Sen.
Right.
Raise
Good job.
hand. Okay.
Next
Now, we already have 8 winners. Tama. This is the fourth. So, we have 2 more. 2 more winners. The fifth one.
We have 10 cash prizes.
Cash prize.
7 pa. Ay, 5, 6 pa pala.
Yay.
Patricia Azarcon.
Patricia Azarcon. Patricia Azarcon. Patricia Azarcon, she's here. Raise hand. Congratulations. Okay, next. This is our 6th cash. We have 10 cash prize winners, right, Senti? Sen?
Yes po, Miss Chu.
Okay, all right. So this is our 6th winner.
Yan. Pang-apat na lang. 4 na lang.
Lizzie. Okay, congratulations. What is your family name? Lizzie or Lizzie?
Are you here, Lizzie?
She's here. She is raising hand.
Arroyo daw po, Miss Chu.
Arroyo. Okay, Lizzie Arroyo. Kanina si Bea Lara. All right, we will note. Okay, congratulations. The 7th winner. We have 4 more.
Hello, Press. See,
okay, our next winner is Rayandy Kyle Torato.
Hello, ma'am.
Rayandy, is that you? Okay, he's here. Congratulations.
Swerte naman. Swerte nila.
Wow, sana all.
Sana all. Sana all may
Nag-attend ng
pang-donate
webinar, nag-attend ng symposium, may 200.
Yes.
Alright.
Next. May pa-milk tea pa.
By the way, let's consider si Niv de la Torre because she's here in Zoom. Can you give us a shout out, please, Niv, para we can acknowledge you as winner?
Miss Niv, are you here?
Ma'am Nieva de la Torre. 5, 4, 3.
Nag-chat siya, nag-chat.
Perhaps, ano siya sa chat?
Yes po.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so
Acknowledge
she
that.
will be
Okay,
our
any
8th.
acknowledgement
I
will
will
do.
count her as the 8th. Okay, I will acknowledge.
All
right.
Proceed. How
Proceed.
many do we have left with
Two
Ma'am Nieva
more.
included?
Last 2. So
last two.
ninth winner and 10th winner na lang. Okay. Sino ang maswerteng makakuha ng isa pang 200 pesos? Renaline de la Cruz, congratulations. Renaline. Are you here, Renaline? Renaline, are you here? Ara si Renaline, 5. Yes. Oh, yes, ma'am. Arisha, she's here. Okay, last but not the least, the last winner of 200 pesos GCash prize for today is...
Wow! Sana talaga.
Okay. Honey Royce Dorde.
Congratulations!
Congratulations! Congratulations! Are you here, Honey Royce? Honey Royce? Oh, she's here. Okay, nag-raise hand. All right. Okay. So that's it for all our prizes for today. So congratulations, winners. Congratulations. Sana all may 200 at my gift item. Okay, so thank you. Thank you, everyone. And we will be coordinating with you sa pag-send sa inyong mga GCash prize and gift item. Okay, so bear with us. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss Chu. So yan, grabe. Nag-attend kayo ng Symposium. You've learned so many things here. And then, may pag-gift items ka pa. Plus, may 200 pesos ka pa. May pambili ka ng milk tea. Di ba? Yan. So, congratulations to all of the winners. Just chat JCI, Makawiwili Rojas. And then, if you don't initiate na mag-chat sa kanila, pero I know na mag-initiate naman kayo, guys. Di ba? So, if hindi kayo makakontakt sa kanila, they will also contact you. Yan. So thank you po. Thank you sa mga sponsors ng ating mga gift items, 'di ba? Thank you sa sponsors natin. Wait lang po kasi mention ko sila. Jessica Yu and Gawad Kalinga raffle sponsor sila, and Nerissa Suerte Lapasaran. Thank you po sa inyo. Yan. So right now, eto naman, let's proceed to our closing remarks. Wag muna tayong umalis, everyone, ha? Kasi after this, we will have photo opportunity po. So, let's have our closing remarks from our President of Kalipi by Leia Liana.
Mga Juana, with the onset of the pandemic came a whirlwind of scams that Capiz found itself in. On one end, our Juans and Juanas lost jobs. On the other end, we lost hard-earned monies to fraudulent investments. However, for as long as we have air in our lungs, blood in our veins, our hearts continue to beat, and our minds positive, we can work to earn once more. The Lord does not give us burdens our shoulder cannot bear. We drew inspiration from 3 things today. Mr. William Bandig's lesson on how we can turn our lives around. He is one testament to a successful life that is possible. So Juanas, do not despair. Thank you, Sir William, for your encouragement, taken more warmly and openly because you yourself are a Kapisnon. We appreciate your empathy and your kind heart that keeps giving back to your Kasimanwa. Secondly, the person with disabilities featured today by the GCI Makawiwili are sources of inspiration for us because they are even doubly challenged physically, and yet they are persevering their livelihood, and they too do not lose hope. We thank their sponsors who are giving of their financial resources in order to help our fellow Kapisnon rise above their disabilities and onward to a productive, independent, and income-generating existence. Lastly, we draw inspiration from each other, fellow Juanas and ones, who are willing to band together to aid each other in this challenging time. If you need an ear to listen to, Regents counselors are there. Pamatian kanila. You are not alone, Juana and ones. To end our activity today, please join me in remembering God's enduring grace. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Lord, as we leave the symposium today, send your Holy Spirit to work in us, our minds, our hearts, hands, and feet. That lesson we learned today that is for our betterment, be practiced and be applied. Bless the ones who made this event, who each contributed to their voluntary time and effort. Bless our speakers, our beneficiaries, and sponsors. May their generosity and selflessness down in blessings to them hundredfolds. Please bless the ones who are struggling. Keep us all strong, faithful to your providence, unwavering in your God-given talents and capabilities to be dependable to our families and loved ones. Keep us all safe, healthy, and strong. Lord, we ask all this through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ma'am Liana. So right now, before we end this symposium, let me request everyone to please open all of your cameras. Diba? Because this will serve as a remembrance for us. So please open all of your cameras because we will take photos po. We will take a picture po. So can I request everyone to please open your camera? Yan. Pa-open po ako ng camera nyo ngayon so that we can take a photo. So yan, Seklay, okay na po ba?
Okay. All right. Get ready. Pagwapan na tanan. And smile. Okay. Mag-count ako 1, 2, 3. Don't worry, kit para timing ng aton pag-picture. Okay, I think I will do batch by batch picture ha because we are 100 packs here in our Zoom symposium. Okay, so smile lang, makamba ko smile lang. All right? Yan, okay. All right. So group 1 muna. First take. Smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Second attempt. Second shot. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Third group. Ay, damo naka-off cam. Okay. Smile. 1. Naka-off cam ang iban. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then the next one. Last. All right, last one. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Happy Science students and teachers, thank you so much.
Thank you so
much, everyone. Rachel,
Thank you so much.
Billy.
Thank you for all of you.
Happy Lioness. Sipa.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone. Congratulations.
Thank
you.
Miss Lioness, Regents, handmaids, thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for the sleepless nights. Thank you, Ma'am Freya. So beautiful and brilliant.
Thank you po, Ma'am Rita. Congrats din po.
Thank you so much. So, God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sir William. Thank you, Ma'am
Thank you, Sir
Jen.
William.
Thank you, Ma'am Arce. Thank you, Center.
Thank you, Ma'am Arce.
You're
Of course.
welcome.
Thank you, Vic. Thank you for volunteering, everyone.
Thank you, Ma'am Rose. Thank you, Sir Bong at Sabo.
Thank
Governor
you.
was
Bye, Ma'am Mariette. Thank
Sir,
you,
Sir
Lawrence.
Bong would be the
Thank you,
first
thank
and the
you.
last to leave. Thank you, Sir Bong.
Thank you, Sir Bong. Sige. Ay, okay. Let's call it a day. Balance na kita.
Yes. Enjoy your lunch, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, Gina.
Bye.
Makanami man.
Thank you po. Goodbye.
Hi.
Thank you, young ladies.
Ma'am
Thank
Our
Cindy.
younger
you. Thank you,
leaders.
Ma'am
We salute
Zen.
you.
Congratulations.